this trainer's channel. And look, I'm a little late, a few minutes, right? But as the old saying goes, better late than sorry. So here we go. Like, um, tomorrow night in Great Britain, London, actually, right? We got a big fight that people have been, you know what I'm saying, waiting for years. I'm talking for years, man. Conor Benn versus Chris Eubanks Jr., right? Now, this fight has been pumped up, and I'm talking about by one of the best in the business as a promoter, right? Eddie Hearns. That is my opinion about um, Eddie Hearns in regards to the way that he puts on his shows and the clamor and the um the glare, the glamour associated with putting a match on. Eddie Hearns, in my highly educated boxing opinion, is one of the best in the business, right? Eddie Hearns is gifted with the gift of gab, right? So he can put something together right off the top of his head, you know what I mean? And it makes for a good promotion. None of those cats have the wherewithal to, I mean, like, explain the fight or the fighter, right? You know what I'm saying? Like none other. Eddie Hearns, in my opinion, is one of the best in the business. So, like, Eddie Hearns has been trying to get this fight made for years. So, I think it was last year. Last year, they finally went to paper and signed a contract to put this fight on for tomorrow night, again in London, at the Totten, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, London, United Kingdom, right? This is a middleweight fight for the 160 pound, in the 160 pound division, right? And like I said, this fight has been much talked about. You know what I mean? These cats have been at each other's throat for years because they're both of them's father, you know what I mean, actually brought them into the sports, into the game, into the boxing game, right? Um, uh, Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank Sr., right? Both of these cats fought each other, right? So there's a lot of history behind this particular fight. And to think that we finally get this fight made, I mean, it's just, it behooves me that it took so long, but then again, who cares? As long as we get this fight. And in my opinion, I have to give the edge, right, to Chris Eubanks Jr., right? Chris Eubanks Jr. has a couple of things that excite me in regards to the edge over Nigel Benn, right? Now, that's not to say that Nigel Benn can't take this off, because I don't know. Nigel Benn is a great little boxer, right? And he got hands and he can hit hard, right? So let's do the background on Nigel Benn first. Nigel Jr. Had 42 wins, 35 by knockout. In fact, Nigel Benn was actually a knockout artist, right? That was one of the things that people were attracted to Nigel Benn because he had the skill set to go in and knock you out. I mean, 35 42 wins, right? 35 by knockout. Dang. One draw, and he is considered one of the best middleweights of all time. The WBO, he held the WBO title in 1990 and the WBC super middleweight title between 1992 and 1996. He fought 9 years, right? From 87 to 96, right? That's when his career actually ended, right? But I will say this, right? During the time that Nigel Benn was fighting, right? I do recall seeing Nigel Benn put his hands on people, and the boy had a skill set. I don't know. I just can't say that Chris Eubanks Senior, Junior, has arisen to the skill set as his dad, because his dad his dad was good. You know what I mean? There's no other way to put that. Nigel Benn was a superb boxer, contrary to the fact that he had 5 losses. Right? We're not going to hold that against him. So, and we have his arch enemy was Chris Eubanks Sr., right? 45 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws. 23 by way of knockout. He won the WBO middleweight and super middleweight title in 1990 and the super middleweight title in 1992. He won the middleweight title in 1990 and the super middleweight title in 1992. Right now, these kids that follow in the pursuit of their dad, right? I mean, who's to say that they're not going to be as good as their dad was? Now, tomorrow night is going to have a statement impact on both of them, right? Because hey, look, man, these dudes have been talking a lot of stuff. In fact, Chris Eubanks Jr. smashed an egg. Now, I have no idea why he would smash an egg in Nigel Benn's face, right? I guess no. Actually, he said that he slapped Nigel Benn with the egg because he was fed up with Nigel Benn because Nigel Benn has been known for having PEDs in the system, right? And Chris Eubanks Jr. was just outraged at the fact that he's going in there with a guy who has a history of being on PEDs, right? And he's just, you know what I'm saying, took to the egg and busted Chris Eubanks Jr., Nigel Benn upside his head. And it was a cold piece of slap too, because that egg went everywhere. I saw the slap, you know what I'm saying, firsthand. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot. What I'm trying to get to is there's a lot of history between these dudes, man. And to think tomorrow night, April 26th, in London, England, in London, England, right? This fight is going to might even make history. Who's to say, right? We'll have to wait and see. But I, for one, am going to go on the record and say that I have Chris Eubanks Jr. by a slim margin, a very slim margin. You can almost say it's a 50-50 fight, right? Because, again, Nigel Benn is no slouch, right? He got an excellent offense and defense. He can move to the right, move to the left. He can fight on his back foot, on his front foot. Nigel Benn is a very serious competitor when it comes to his skill set. So the reason why I'm giving Chris Eubanks Jr. a slight edge because of the height and reach advantage, right? Okay. Not Chris Eubank. Excuse me. Conor Benn is 28 years of age. He's 5'8" with a 60.1-inch arm. He's a right-hander. He has 23 wins, 14 by knockout. No losses. Never been stopped. No draws. He ranks number 3 by Ring, WBO, IBF, WBC 3. He ranks number 5 by the WBA, right? And he is currently the WBA Continental World Champion, right? So these cats been in the game for a while, right? They got a little history, you know what I'm saying? Especially Conor Benn is undefeated. They're recognized. They have recognition in the sport, right? And that goes a long way with the sport, right? You got to make your bones in the sport of boxing, right? And the only way you're going to be able to do that is get in there and fight somebody. And these cats have been fighting, right? Chris Eubanks, he was the WBA interim middleweight champ twice, right? He's 35 years of age. He's 5'11" with a 72.5-inch arm reach. Here's the thing. This is why I'm kind of giving Chris Eubanks Jr. a slight edge. He has a 4.5-inch arm reach over Conor Benn, right? Now, most people say, "What the hell?" I mean, Conor Benn can slip and slip and roll and duck and move. Yeah, he can do all that, right? But if in the event that Chris Eubanks Jr. has a stellar jab, right, where he's able to keep Conor Benn at bay with that jab, right, all the moving, the slipping, right, the pivoting, all the things associated with makes a good boxer good, right? A person with a 3 or 4 inch arm reach has that advantage over that person, and plus there's a height advantage as well. Conor Benn is 5'8". Chris Eubank Jr. is 5'11". 3 inches, right? So you have a few things, in my opinion, that sticks out as far as Chris Eubank Jr. With the ability to, if he can, keep Conor Benn at bay. Now, mind you, Conor Benn is moving, and he's moving forward, right? And he has a great ability to slip and move, right? You know what I'm saying? Spin. I didn't see him do some. I've actually seen Conor Benn slip and move better than anybody in the game of late. That is, right? He has a 3 or 4 pivot move off of a combination off of a jab, right? I mean, Conor Benn does have some outstanding moves when it comes to his skill set, right? On the offense, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like a person throwing a punch, right? He is graceful in the way that he pivots. Like, damn, even. You know what I'm saying? But Chris Eubanks Jr. is 35 years of age. He's 5'11" with a 72.5-inch arm reach. He's a right-hander. He has 34 wins, 25 by knockout. He has 3 losses to his credit. He's been stopped once, no draws, right? He's ranked number 5 by Ring, number 1 by the WBO, IBF, WBC 3, and WBA. He's ranked number 5, right? Now, just for the purposes of knowledge, right? Keeping y'all abreast on the knowledge scheme of things, right? These cats have been boxing for years, right? They've been in the business of boxing for a living for years. You know what I mean? So it is safe to say that there's going to be an outstanding fight. And again, I'm giving Chris Eubanks Jr. a slight edge over him, right? If he anything like his dad, right, it's going to be a competitive fight. And I kind of believe that it is because, again, these cats got a lot of history in the sense that they basically hate each other. You know what I mean? And they go on the record and say that. You know what I mean? So it's not like what we're about to see is going to be a mystery, right? This is going to be a tenacious fight, right? These cats is coming in to draw blood, and that's what we really want, right? We want to see some blood. You know what I'm saying? And now look, this is a live chat. You know, for those that know what a live chat is, you can call in, voice your opinion, and see what it do. Area code 870-571-3995. 870-571-3995. Call in if you got something to say about this fight, man, because I'm ready to, like, you know what I'm saying, press the button, you know what I'm saying, cheer, and tell you if it's hype or fiction. You feel me? Now, I haven't really been engaging with the phone chat, but I have to acclimate that into the system, right? So we can, you know what I'm saying, talk boxing, face to face, 1-on-1, right? Agree to disagree. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. It's about the more experienced person calling in to the veteran, me. You know I'm a veteran. You know, I got to be 75 years old. You know what I mean? Still doing what he do. And I mind you, I'm still actively involved in the sport of boxing. Love it to death. You know what I mean? So for y'all who want to question the wisdom and the knowledge of the Boxing Trainers Channel, Jack Daniels, right? Call in one more time, 870-571-3995. Okay, so anything of import that anybody out there in the chat want to say about some boxing? I don't really want to change the subject, right? But the Conor Benn and the Chris Eubank Jr. Story has ran its course. So either I'm gonna do this, either I'm gonna burn rubber, or I'm Michael Forte. Who is Michael Forte? Michael Forte. Damn, I know that guy from somewhere. Okay. Anyway, uh, we got another fabulous fight on the 2nd of May, right, in Madison Square Garden. Wow. I really want to try to get to that fight. You know what I mean? Featuring Ron Garcia versus Rolly Romero. The featuring bout is, again, Ron Garcia and Rolly Romero. The undercard featuring Devin the Dream Haney and Romero. No, Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez. So the featuring bout would be Teofimo Lopez versus, who is that cat? Oh, I can't believe that Teofimo Lopez versus who is Teofimo Lopez fighting, y'all? Oh, it's Teofimo Lopez fighting. You don't know? I done forgot to. But it's somebody that he can't stand, and he actually stand Barbosa. Barbosa, right? Jose Barbosa. It's not Jose Barbosa. I can't recall that cat's name, but I think it's Barbosa. Damn, that is really crazy. And my phone ain't working. And for y'all to call in, this phone ain't even working, so don't call in. I don't know why my phone ain't. Oh, that's why. Because it's not charged up. Wow. Anyway, that's gonna be a good fight, also, y'all. So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this one short because y'all ain't interested. The numbers is, you know what I'm saying. But I ain't tripping. That's okay. But I gotta keep pushing this. You know what I'm saying. This podcast because I love it. Okay. Anyway, hit that subscription button. Hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. And let me know who y'all think will win that fight between Chris Eubanks Jr. and Conor Benn tomorrow, April 26, 2025. That being said, later.